Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to talk about the potential prototype tree, a video game idea by Hector Browne. So this guy I had my video Rise of Pariah prototype tree where you play as an antiviral protagonist. So this guy showed me his own summary of how prototype tree will be. So I'm just going to tell his summary. According to him, 3 years after the second outbreak in New York, Pariah, the main character, now 7 years old, wakes up to find himself in an unknown location, being questioned by an unknown man about the location where the partial remnants of the Black Watch plan to create a combination of Bloodrox and the original strand of the Red Light virus, to use in a project called Crusade to forge and unleash a potentially massive weaponized nerve toxin like poison on the Black Light virus should it somehow spread to the other states, including the remains of Pariah's own countrymen. It's a weaponized nerve toxin like poison, so deadly that either if exposed directly or should an infected individual with a compromised immune system come direct contact with it, not only will they be dead in less than 5 seconds, but the body will rot before it even hits the floor. So guys, I'm not going to criticize anything, I'm just telling you the story. Therefore, Pariah starts to recount what he knows about Project Crusade and reveals that one man he met was a pharmaceutical prescriptionist who became a professor at Gentech by the name of Jeremy C. Marcus, who offered to help Pariah find out everything about Project Crusade before its initiation. Then, after agreeing to work together, Pariah and Jeremy look for every lead they can get, and after disrupting enough Blackwatch secondary plans, they find out about the commander of Blackwatch, Christopher McMillan, and the biologist, scientist, and former USA Army soldier Vincent Ivan Bowman, whom Pariah and Jeremy believe to be the perpetrator behind the development of the poison that the man questioning Pariah is trying to stop Blackwatch from using. So guys, these are all original characters, so it's nothing from the game, just so you know. Pariah then convinced that destroying the center of development for the weaponized poison and either eliminating or consuming Vincent will draw out Christopher and force him to put Project Crusade on hold. And then he asks Jeremy to let him know when he's got the location on the center of development. After disrupting even more of Blackwatch's secondary plans, Jeremy eventually gets confirmation that the center of development for the poison is in a deep underground military compound heavily guarded by Blackwatch. But Pariah clears it out and tracks Vincent to a research facility overrun and overtaken by Blackwatch. After they reach the facility, Pariah and Jeremy find a squad of USA Marines leading a weapons-locked disabled frontal assault on the facility, presumably allowing Pariah to stick in with Jeremy. When they enter the room, Vincent is hiding in. However, they find him telling the captain, or so it seems, that Christopher's men are rounding up everyone in the facility, those no longer essential to his plans are gonna die. So they must save them before it's too late. So these two, Pariah and Jeremy, confront Vincent, and he reveals that despite everything they both knew about Gentech's history with the Black Light virus, one thing they always knew, even after losing their families, was that it was never the Black Light virus that took its share of lives, but rather it was Blackwatch's evil responsible for that. Vincent then tries to warn them that killing him or consuming him will do nothing, but they ignore his warning, they don't care, and Jeremy murders Vincent. While this is how Pariah remembers the events, the man questioning him reveals himself to be really James Ellery himself, and reveals him that he consumed that captain of Marine squad. And then from Vincent's death, James came to the conclusion that with Vincent's death, revealing that Pariah, James, and Dana's only link to what lies behind Project Crusade's initiation. James then reveals to Pariah that the entire reason Gentek took him away from his mother, but was never so the scientists could use him as the main test subject in Project Crusade, but because should he show remarkable resilience and possess enough will to give unpredictable responses to Gentek's orders, Christopher could program him to eliminate Gentek and infect the USA to finish what Alex started when he caused the second outbreak in New York. But Jeremy was able to stop Christopher in his tracks. James then tells Pariah that up until he started recounting how much he originally knew about Project Crusade, there were several gaps in his memory periods where he went MIA, and only James could account for him, and other periods where Pariah was presumed KIA and nobody was ever able to find him. But now that Pariah has taken enough of the necessary memories from the people he consumed, all their lost time will come back. James then tells Pariah that they need to leave because, just as Vincent had warned, Project Crusade's road to its eventual initiation continues to progress, and the poison strike is imminent, and hundreds of Black Watch soldiers and agents hidden throughout every direction of Pariah's location are about to unleash it. But just before they leave, a memory that Pariah had taken after consuming one of Christopher's men shows Christopher informing the Black Watch soldiers that their newfound military allies in Vandenberg have graciously permitted the construction of a new and permanent infection destroyer within their borders, and from now until Project Crusade's initiation, all instructions will be broadcast from the Revolutionizer. It's a USA commercial and advanced and fully weaponized battleship with built-in military-grade onboard weaponry that has the firepower of 3 divisions air defenses that can prevent an attack from above and destroy an AC 130 gunship in a matter of minutes, and the armor of a solitary fortress. So, okay, I'm not really an expert in military and stuff, but let's just think that it's something like Nick Fury's battle station or something like that, okay? And then from that memory, Pariah finally gets confirmation on the location where Black Watch plans to unleash the poison. After a strategy to destroy the Revolutionizer and stop Black Watch in their tracks, Pariah and James take a cargo plane over the Revolutionizer, and Pariah jumps off the cargo plane onto the Revolutionizer, wipes the deck clean, and infiltrates the underwater supply station, believing it to be the transmitter containing the signal to release the poison. There, Pariah successfully stops the transmission and kills Christopher once and for all, stopping Project Crusade from being initiated, finally putting an end to Black Watch and saving the USA from the likes of Black Watch and complete annihilation. Well, this was his story. Now I'm going to have to review it about Pariah. We really don't know anything about Pariah, and I know that I spoke with this guy, and he told me that Pariah is something like Mercer, but no, he really isn't, because Pariah tests negative with all viral strands, so he is not like Mercer at all. I mean, yeah, in a memory node it says that Pariah is the natural release of black light, but the word black light is used for all the viruses, not just Mercer's own strand, so it could be black light, but who knows what powers could have. I always saw Pariah as some sort of Albert Wesker-esque character. I mean, we know that Gentek want to create a superior man, Ubermensch, with their viruses, and it would make sense they would try to indoctrinate Pariah from a young age that he's superior overall. So I don't really know if Pariah works as a main character, you know. And the plot, it has really good things, but the whole thing with amnesia was already done in prototype 1, so you really have to come with something else. I don't know why we were even introduced to the amnesia, you know, to the amnesia plot device, because it happened once. But there were many good ideas, but I recommend a change in the story, because if you feel your idea of prototype 3 feels more it feels like a recap or a copy of prototype 1 all over again, and that's not really great, because oh shit, even prototype 2 was actually like prototype 1 all over again, where Mercer is Elizabeth Green and you are Alex Mercer, and the same thing, you are consuming, you know, Bo Herrick consumes Mercer, Mercer consumes Elizabeth, so it was just a recap of the plot all over again, so you have to come with something new. That's why also Prototype failed, because it was the same plot all over again. Well, we can't really blame the developers, because the developers never intended for Prototype to have, I don't know, a deep story, something like that. They thought that the fans only play the games to have fun, but it looks like it actually backfired at them, because the fans actually cared about the story. So yeah, yes, I think your ideas are great, but you should try and change some of the plot, but because it won't really work very well with Prototype 2 and especially Prototype 1. Okay guys, this was my video for today. Till then, a happy day to everyone.